The Billion Group has had a lot of developments that have been coming on along, in its pipeline along the way. And three of the key developments that I'd like to make mention of is, one is Forest Hill. It's a precinct development with a major regional shopping centre being the catalyst and the biggest investment in the precinct. It's a 73,000 square metre shopping centre, GLA, rentable area, located on the corner of R55 Road and the N14. N14 goes Krugersdorp, Polokwane, and the R55 goes Sandton, Kalami area, and the other side towards Lodium, Pretoria. Major road. It sits on the interchange, highly visible along the highway. It occupies about 1 kilometre of highway frontage and another half a kilometre along the R55. So well located for ease of access in and out of the site. The mall is now about 80% let to national tenants. It comprises of 84% national tenants across the country, including international tenants. So it's anchored by a hypermarket of Checkers, which is about 10,000, Pick n Pay about 5,000, Woolworths about 4,000, Edgar's about 4,000, Truworths Emporium of about 2,000, Foschini Emporium, together with all the Foschini group brands, etc., etc. So it's quite a... we've also got intent from Zara, who already have signed off its location, and a whole range of other tenants. We broke ground in October, so it's under construction at the moment. That's under Billion Group. That's about 1.7 billion rand development, the mall itself. The whole precinct comprises of motor showrooms. We've had interest from various dealerships because of its primacy on major roads and visibility. We're also moving the Billion Group head office into the precinct. So there's town centre with office blocks within, together with planned hotels and residential apartments, about 1,500 opportunities. It's a 7-year program, and it's a 7 billion rand, call it, development program that is on the precinct. There's gyms, there's restaurants on an open air area, below offices, and a whole range of things that complement the shopping centre. The next one is Mthatha, which is in Mthatha in the Eastern Cape. High trade area. Retailers in town in Mthatha, have one of the highest trading densities in the country. So the opportunity, Mthatha is a commuter market. Most of the trade comes out of town because it's got landlocked areas of almost 80-kilometer radius, where the small towns, a lot of people, general dealers and a whole range of things will come to town on a daily basis. And it's a major central node, which was the old capital of the Transkei. It's got a lot of government infrastructure services in the likes of the High Courts, the Masters Court, the Deeds Office, Magistrates Courts, Maintenance Courts, Pensions Office, and a whole range of things. That's why it attracts everybody and is very centralized. So the trade is very good in town. And we have got about 60,000 square meter shopping center that we're doing, which we're breaking ground in January. We're almost 90% leased on that. We've got 95% national tenants in that, so which is quite a high profile, largely because you don't have the smaller shops in a formalized environment in those kind of environments. So it's something we're quite proud of. Again, it's anchored by Edgar's of 4,000, Woolworths of 3,000, Pick n Pay of 5,000, Checkers of 5,000, Emporiums of Truworths, Foschini brands, and a whole range of things, including the Platinum Group and a whole range of other brands. The last one I'd like to talk about is, that's about 1.4 billion rand development, which is kicking off in January, opening September 2014. Forest Hill, which I started with, is a project that kicked off already. It's opening April 2014, so it's really in the next 16 months that it's opening. The last one I'd like to talk about is Bay West, which is in Port Elizabeth. It's a major precinct. If you had to visualize it, it's something like a sanctuary city that we're creating for PE. PE being the 5th largest city, doesn't have a super regional center. The only center that's there is Green Acres, which largely services the CBD profile customer, because the CBD of PE never developed into a full CBD. And the only other small regional center being the Warmer Park in PE. So PE has got about 2.5 million people. It's a large city, 5th largest city in the country, 6th metropolitan in the country. And this is a super regional which will service and complement retail with the available spend in the populace of PE. So it's anchored by a mall, which we're doing, of 88,000 square meters, GLA. Well-designed mall. We've got support from all the national retailers, which comprises Pick n Pay, Checkers, 5,000 each, and Game 5,000, then Edgar's of 6,000, the Woolies of 5,000. That's the anchors. I don't mention entertainment in terms of movies because all of them have, etc. And the games, arcades, and a whole range of things. And then, the mall's also got international brands, Busby Group brands, Gas Forever New, etc., including platinum brands, Jenny Barton, Hilton Wayne, a whole range of things. The Truett's, the Mr. Price, the all the other brands that you'd find in a mall of that size. Also, the precinct, we've got about 1.6 million square meters of bulk. So the first off-ramp, and we occupy almost 3.5 kilometers of highway frontage with our site with 300 hectares. So the first off-ramp leads to the mall. It's right on the off-ramp, on the interchange. And then we've got residential opportunities, motor showrooms, service stations, clinics, hotels, office parks, and a whole range of things, some of which we've already secured some of the tenants, gyms, and a whole range of things. And then the next off-ramp is comprised of a light industrial area where we're busy negotiating for distribution centers for some of the retailers and a whole range of things. So really is a massive project, a rollout period of about 12 years. And it's a 15 billion rand investment into the local municipality. And that project, we started construction last month for the mall, and it's about 2.2 billion rand investment for the mall.